Hello everyone and welcome back to another Mafi Studio video. And today's video is going to be a bit different. It's going to be more of a vlog style video, so I hope that you enjoy it still. This is probably going to be my last video of the year because I will be going abroad for these next few weeks and I won't be able to record, so I'm guessing this will be the last you'll hear from me this year, but I'll try to keep up with posting short form videos. Anyways, the idea I have for this video is to get ahead on some Christmas presents. I want to color some of my family's portraits using colored pencils, which is something that, I'll be honest, and as you may see a lot from this channel, I don't do very often. I usually am a painting kind of gal, but I recently got some colored pencils and I really want to try them out, and I think this rustic vibe I have going on in my head will work out good for the end result that I'm imagining. So yeah, let's get on to it. I recently got this bamboo paper on a store here nearby. It's not really a craft store, but it sells a lot of craft supplies that I've used before as well. So I'm trusting it will be good. The pages are 250 GSM and they have a very interesting texture, which I'm guessing is from the bamboo itself. It feels very porous, but at the same time it's very soft, which I think will bow well with the colored pencils. What I'm thinking is to do 4 portraits of 2 people each. I also have to get on with the tremendous task of removing the cat from my chair. I am so sorry, kitty. As I said, we're working with this bamboo paper now. It is 24 by 34, which means that each little paper will be about 12 by 17, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so I'm going to do 17 by 12. If my math is correct, which I do hope it is. Okay, so this is what we're working with. They're pretty equal. Alright, so these are the colored pencils that I bought. I decided to go for 2 different brands. Polychromos from Faber-Castell and Drawing from Derwent. They are both highly light fast and they also have a very different color range. As you can see, Derwent has a very muted color range, which I guess it's more appropriate for drawing nature scenes. And then the 12 Polychromos colored pencils have your typical bright starter set colors. I think that a combination of these 2 can be a very good range for the things that I'm looking for. I already know who I want to draw. It is my dad and my stepmom first. And I know a lot of people, when using colored pencils, they go in with the colored pencils for the sketch. And I did try to do that on my graphic journal, on my sketchbook. But for me, I mean, I'm still very new to colored pencils, and I guess it bothers me that I can't fully erase them whenever I make a mistake. Not only does it bother me, but it also makes me very nervous to make mistakes, which makes me prone to making mistakes. All right, I feel like that's good enough. I'll move over to my stepmother now. All right, let's draw a middle line. I sure hope these drawings turn out. I want it not to make up, but to be like a comforting thing. of me for them, because it's the first time I'll ever spend Christmas abroad. No, actually that's not true. I've spent Christmas in France, but it was with my whole family, so I guess it's not as big of a deal. This will be the first time that I don't spend Christmas with them at all or near them. I will be traveling to the other hemisphere of the world, which for me means that it's going to be the first Christmas I spend in a warm environment, which is very weird for me. I am excited, this is turning out well. Alright, I chose my next couple. It is my mom and my stepdad. The next two couples are my sister and my brother-in-law. And then potentially my in-laws, my parents-in-law. I'm also trying to solve the camera issue that I've been having, where it goes out of focus quite usually, I guess. And that happens because I have it on autofocus and it likes to go around looking for other things to focus while I'm drawing, such as my hands. I am trying to fix that by keeping it on manual focus. So instead of it always looking for something else to focus on, it's maintaining the focus that I set it to. But I still need to check it even then, because I can move the paper around sometimes and then make it lose its focus because of, well, focal distances. I am officially done with all the sketching. I did end up doing all 4 sketches. This is the latest one. Hope it's focusing. So this is my in-laws. This is my dad and my stepmom. This is my mom and my stepdad. And this is my sister and my brother-in-law. And that concludes everything that I had planned for doing today, which is always amazing. And now I need to get on with coloring these, but I'll leave that for tomorrow. Hello everyone, it is a few days later and I am now planning on moving on to the coloring phase. To do this, I was planning on using alcohol markers, which I have a few of that, to be honest, I haven't touched in over 5 years. So I am going to do a quick test swatch to see if they're still working, and I'm also going to swatch them in the paper that we're using to see if they flood and how they behave, so that we have a base to work on with the pencils, and we'll go from there. Okay, so this is what we're working with. I have these Tombow water-based pens. They're not really what I'm looking for here. And then I have these Winsor & Newton brush markers, which are the ones I was talking about. But I also have some other non-label ones that are also brush markers. Actually, they're from Flying Tiger. It's a brand here from Europe. So yeah, this is what we're working with. From Flying Tiger, the colors I have, I know are very strong, and I don't know if I'll be using for today. These are the ones. I have a few browns, a few yellows, and a few bluish greens. And then these are the ones I have from Winsor & Newton. They are like a pastel pack that I bought. I have these 2 blues, these 2 pinkish, purplish. I have this stronger pink, then a soft yellow and a meadow green. And then I have a cool gray. So I think this is actually quite a good base for using with colored pencils, because I don't want them to be way too overpowering, but I also want them to be there. So let's test them on our bamboo paper. Okay. I don't have much experience whatsoever with alcohol markers. I did buy these initially to get into it, but I think I used it once or twice and then never again. I have been seeing a lot of people lately using it as a base for colored pencils. I do see the use for them in that case. The only thing with alcohol markers, from what I can tell, is that they aren't light fast at all. These are very beautiful colors, I gotta say. I'll probably use most these 2. I may need to use the other colors as well. I think I'll test these out too, just for the sake of it, knowing what colors I have if I end up needing them. So a lot of earth tones on these other markers, and they are a lot more pigmented and saturated as well. You can see a clear difference. As I said, these ones are more like pastel, these ones are a lot more pigmented, And I guess we'll see what we can do from here on out with these tones. Okay, so I named them, the swatches, and I also numbered them. And then from there I ordered my colors kind of in a rainbow fashion. I think I'll do a test now with the colored pencils to see how they layer on top, and also which color combos I can use before going into the sketches, because I'll be honest, those sketches with the 8 people took me a long time to make, and I don't want to mess it up. This is my setup right now. I did decide to go in first with my sister and my brother-in-law because their skin tones I feel like will be a better starting off practice than the other people's, so I'm doing them first. Okay, I'm going in with my kneadable eraser first to take off the excess graphite from the paper. Okay, I'm going to start with my brother-in-law first. So let's just go right in with the putty. I'll start with a part of his portrait that's very saturated, which is the neck. It's very saturated and very dark as well. And so it makes me less afraid of messing it up. I'm going in with sepia red from Derwent to add in the shadows. I am going in with brown ochre from Derwent to yellow some parts, some middle tones. I'm doing very light layer with burnt ochre. So I guess you could say I'm officially done with my brother-in-law's face. This is how it's looking. Now I want to move on to his jacket thing that he's wearing. I don't want to color it all, but I want to do like kind of a fade out And for that I'll use the soft lime color as a base and see where that gets us. This is looking so vibrant. I am really relying on the fact that it fades out as it dries. Alright, that's kind of what I'm going for. But, oh boy, that is looking very vibrant. I wish it could be like half of that. Because the jacket is white, it just has like a very kind of yellow undertone to it. Hello everybody! So, I just finished my sister and my brother-in-law's portrait. This is how it's looking. It's the first one I completed, so it should tell me what I am to expect from the other ones, I guess. And I'm going to move on to the next one now. I'm thinking of doing my dad's next, so let's get on to it. Okay, so I just finished my dad's portrait and now I'm moving on to my stepmom's. Her skin that I painted with the alcohol markers, it's looking a little bit patchy because I layered the brighter color on top of the beige, but I think it's going to be fine. I'm now going to also color her hair and clothes with the alcohol marker and then move on to the pencils. I think they're turning out pretty good actually. I want to see if I can finish her today as well. So then next week I only have to do the other two, so it would be a good halfway point. She's wearing a knit blouse on this picture, and it is a white knit blouse, but because it's being sunlit, it looks very pale yellow. And good thing I have a pale yellow color I am going to use to color it in. Okay, so here are my 4 portraits so far. I am so glad that today I managed to get through pretty much 2.5, which was the rest of my sisters and my dad and my stepmother. And now all I have to do next week, which today's a Friday and I'll continue this Monday, are my mom, my stepdad, and my parents-in-law. So I'm very happy how these turned out. And I also noticed that these ones were way faster to paint than these two. For some reason, I don't know if that's because I am getting used to it, to painting the portrait, or I really don't know, but I'm glad that I managed to get this far today. Hello everyone! So, the last time we spoke, I told you that I had just finished my dad and stepmom's drawing, which means that I was halfway through my drawings, and today I already finished my mom and stepdad's drawing as well. I am just about to start my parents-in-law drawing. I hope I can get this done today so that then we can go frame shopping and gift wrapping and all of that good stuff. So let's speed through this. Alright, so now that we're done with all the drawings, I came here to the store to get us the frames. They are pretty much the exact same size as the paper that I'm using, 13 by 18. So yeah, I got 3 of these and then one that's golden because it's literally all the stock they had. We're gonna get these. Next thing, we're going to frame them all and then wrap them all so that we can give them as Christmas presents. Hello everyone! So the day has finally come that we can frame up these paintings and then wrap them up and prepare them as Christmas presents. I am very excited to get to the fun part now, which is making it look like its final form before handing it out to my lovely family. Okay, y'all, we did it. I am so happy by the result. I mean, obviously they look like amazing presents, but what I'm hoping is that my dearest family will love what's inside of them mostly. And yeah, I really enjoyed making this video. It was definitely a challenge though, because it took so many days to make, days of filming and editing and filming and editing. Like, I filmed this video and edited it by stages. So as we're speaking, it's mostly edited already. All I have to do is add these final touches. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. I know it was a bit of a long one, but I did it with a lot of love and care, and I hope that my family will enjoy it too. Hey, I just wanted to drop by real quick and tell you y'all how amazingly grateful I am by the support that you guys have given me in the last video. I have had so many views and so many comments, at least so much more than I am used to, and I am very grateful to you guys for that. And I didn't want to stop mentioning the people that commented on my last video. It's a regular thing that I do. I mention everybody that commented on my last video in my next one, so here they are. These amazing people. Thank you y'all so much for your support. It would not be the same without you. And don't forget, if you want to get featured on the next video, just drop a comment and that's all you have to do. Okay, see you, bye!